各位同事下午好，我哋
Good afternoon, members. We have already reached the time of our meeting. We have also formed a quorum. I now call the meeting to order. First of all, confirmation of verbatim transcript minutes of meetings. A verbatim transcript of the special meeting held on the 6th of January 2017. Paper CB bracket 2 762/16-17. B. Minutes of the 14th meeting held on the 3rd of February 2017. Paper LC paper CB bracket 2 763/16-17. As of now, no comments have been received from members. Please confirm the two sets of minutes. Thank you. Confirmed. Matters arising. Report by the House Committee Chairman on my meeting with the CS for administration. I haven't got anything special to report to you. Third item, business arising from previous council meetings. A. Legal Service Division reports on bills referred to the House Committee in accordance with Rule 54 bracket 4. First of all, apology bill. Legal advisor, please. You'll find our report in LS 26/16-17. The bill seeks to implement the recommendations of the Steering Committee on Mediation by providing for the effect of apologies in certain proceedings and legal matters. In other words, it doesn't constitute an admission of fault or liability. And from June 2015 to November 2016, the panel on administration of justice and legal services was briefed at 3 meetings. Members supported the proposal but raised various concerns. It is something brand new, so perhaps you are interested to take a more detailed look. Thank you, legal advisor. I want to know whether you think that we should set up a bills committee. Ms. Tanya Chen proposes. Will anybody be joining the Bills Committee? Yes, please circulate paper to invite membership. Second, Stamp Duty Amendment Bill 2017, paper LS 31/16-17. Legal advisor, please give a brief explanation. Thank you. Thank you, Chair Lady. The bill seeks to amend the stamp duty ordinance to impose a flat rate of 15% of ad valorem stamp duty payable on certain instruments dealing with residential properties executed on or after the 5th of November 2016 in lieu of the existing AVD rates. And it will be deemed to have come into effect on the 5th of November 2016. On the 5th of December 2016, the panel on housing was consulted. Many views and concerns have been expressed by members. So I think probably you will want to form a bills committee. Thank you, legal advisor. Again, I would like to ask members if you think that we should set up a bills committee. Mr. Abraham Sheck proposes to form a bills committee. Please raise your hands to join the bills committee, and the secretariat will also pass around a paper. B. Legal Service Division report on subsidiary legislation gazetted on the 3rd of February 2017 and tabled in the Council on the 8th of February 2017. Paper LS 30/16-17. Again, legal advisor, please give us a brief explanation. Thank you, Chair. 4 items of subsidiary legislation were involved. There is LN 16 to LN 19. And they will be making amendments to the patents ordinance, registered designs ordinance, trademarks ordinance, as well as layout design, topography of integrated circuits ordinance. This is to update the list of World Trade Organization members. The effect is that in accordance with those ordinances I've referred to, there will be IPR protection in relation to the new WTO members. They will come into operation on the 1st of April 2017. Members, do you want to set up a subcommittee to deal with the 4 items of subsidiary legislation? Any requests from any members? No? In that case, the subsidiary legislation will come into effect as mentioned in the notice. I just want to say that if you would like to seek amendments, The deadline for amending the subsidiary legislation will be the 1st of March. Further business for a council meeting on the 15th, 16th and 17th of February 2017. Members' motion. I'm going to move a motion of thanks. The wording has already been sent out to members via LC paper CP bracket 3314/1617. I'm moving the motion in the capacity as the chair lady of the House Committee. Item 5. Business for the council meeting of the 22nd of February 2017. A. Questions. Paper CP bracket 3/320/16-17. We have already scheduled 22 written questions for that meeting. That's item A. Item B. Bill. First reading and moving of second reading. The administration has advised the clerk to the LegCo that the financial secretary intends to present to the council at the meeting A. The appropriation bill 2017 and B. The estimates of expenditure for the year ending the 31st of March 2018. The Financial Secretary will deliver his budget speech. 6. Advance information on business for the Council meeting of the 1st of March 2017. Government motions. 3 proposed resolutions will be moved by the Secretary for Labour and Welfare under the following 3 ordinances. A. Employees' Compensation Ordinance, Cap 282. B. Pneumoconiosis and mesothelioma Compensation Ordinance, Cap 360. And C. Occupational Deafness Compensation Ordinance, Cap 469. Again, I would like to give the floor to Legal Advisor. Please give us a brief explanation. Thank you, Chair. The purpose of the 3 resolutions is to seek to increase the amount of 18 compensation items under the 3 ordinances with effect from 1st of April 2017. That's in relation to employees' compensation and also occupational diseases. Payment will be made to employees who are injured or their family members. And the range will be between 5.68% to 11%, and they reflect the wage movement as reflected by the nominal wage index and the price movement as reflected by the CPIA in the period from 2014 to 15. The panel on manpower was consulted in December last year, and members raised no objection, but some expressed concerns about the adjustment cycle and the increased amounts of some compensation items. Thank you, Legal Advisor. Do you want to set up a subcommittee? Dr. Kiki Kwok would like to set up a subcommittee. Will members join the subcommittee? I will ask the clerk to circulate a paper to deal with that. Yes. In line with the established practice and the arrangement agreed with the administration, the administration will be requested by the House Committee to withdraw its notice for moving the resolutions, so as to allow sufficient time for Subcom to scrutinize the proposed resolutions. Report of Bills Committees and Subcommittees. A. Report of the Bills Committee on Fire Services Amendment Bill 2016. Paper CP bracket 2. 764/1617. Honorable Dr. Low Wai Kwok, Chairman of the BC, please speak. Dr. Low. Thank you, Chair. The Bills Committee was set up by the 5th LegCo to scrutinize the Fire Services Amendment Bill 2015, which was introduced by the administration into the LegCo in 2015. The Bills Committee raised no objection to the resumption of the second reading debate on the bill at the Council meeting of the 29th of June 2016. However, due to other legislative priorities, the resumption of second reading debate did not take place, and the bill lapsed upon the prorogation of the 5th LegCo. This bill is, by and large, a replica of the 2015 bill, but has incorporated the then agreed committee stage amendments. Members support the statutory framework proposed in the bill to provide for registered fire engineers, RFEs, and a scheme for fire safety risk assessment and certification on compliance with fire safety requirements by RFEs for certain premises. But members have expressed concern about the business implications of the proposed scheme, the implementation details, and the regulatory mechanism. Members note that if the bill is passed, the administration will introduce as early as possible a new regulation to provide for the implementation details of the scheme. To respond to members' concerns, the admin will move 2 CSAs to improve the drafting of the bill. The Bills Committee do not object to the CSAs. The deliberation of the BC is contained in the report. The Bills Committee raises no objection to the resumption of the second reading debate on the bill at the Council meeting of the 1st of March 2017. Thank you. I just want to remind members that if you would like to propose amendments to the bill, the deadline to give notice is Monday, the 20th of February. B. Report of the Subcommittee on Banking Disclosure Amendment Rules 2016 and Banking Specification of Class of Exempt Charges Amendment Notice 2016. Paper CB bracket 1534/16-17. Honorable Chen Chun-ying, Chairman of the Subcommittee, please speak. Thank you, Madam Chair. The Banking Disclosure Amendment Rules 2016 and Banking Specification of Class of Exempt Charges Amendment Notice 2016 seek to introduce the revised disclosure requirements issued by the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision and to apply such to locally incorporated authorized institutions. A certain degree of exemption will be provided to the limitation imposed on the creation of charges by an authorized institution over its assets. The subcommittee discussed the consultation on the 2 pieces of subsidiary legislation in question, how the revised disclosure requirements and exemption will enhance the risk management of banks as well as protection of investor interests. We also looked at the enforcement of the revised enclosure requirements and the compliance burden on the banking industry. The subcommittee members have no objection to the 2 items of subsidiary legislation. The subcommittee and the administration will not move any amendments to the 2 pieces of subsidiary legislation. Please note our report, which contains the details of our deliberation. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chen. Just want to remind members that for the 2 items of subsidiary legislation, the deadline for giving notice the scrutiny will expire on 1st of March. The deadline for giving notice of amendments, if any, will be Wednesday, 22nd of February. Item 8, position on Bills Committee and Subcommittees. Paper, CB bracket 2, 765, 16-17. As at 9th of February, Thursday, there are altogether 4 Bills Committees. Another 11 subcommittees under the House Committee, as well as 5 subcommittees under panels in action. 5 subcommittees on policy issues under panels are on the waiting list. Last item, AOB. We haven't got anything under AOB. Thank you. Meeting adjourned.